Basement Bookers Podcast.
What's up? It's your boys, the Basement Bookers Podcast, fresh off the Royal Rumble last Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This week is Sunday after. We're going to talk, of course, about what happened at the Royal Rumble and, of course, the fallout of the Royal Rumble match this week. This will be a review of the Royal Rumble, every match in the Royal Rumble, and let's just get started right now. Rich the Riz, the most Riz's baldest man, for posterity's sake, just to keep things going. You can give a brief review of the Royal Rumble. Just keep it simple here, and then we'll go through it. Go ahead.
Quick hits for PLE overall. I thought it was good. I'd say probably 8 out of 10. Each individual match, obviously, we're going to get more into. Men's Rumble was a little mid. Women's Rumble was very good. We had the Gunther versus AJ Styles, and we also had Drew and Sammy. I thought Drew and Sammy delivered more than I expected.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about each match individually. So I don't want to bury the lead, so to speak.
All right, so for me, the Royal Rumble was as good as it gets. That doesn't really mean much to anybody. You can't really, it's hard to mess up a Royal Rumble match anyway. So that's fine. Women's, men's, it's all the same to me. I figured them all out, everything down to the time. Gunter retired AJ Styles, and that, everything's been academic up until the last minute. Sami Zayn has been going around suggesting that he should beat Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble, which is preposterous. Talk about being high on your own supply. I don't think they're friends, but the way that he acts like CM Punk in this regard, matter of fact, not even CM Punk would even do that. If CM Punk, I don't think if CM Punk was in Sami Zayn's position, even he in his current state would even suggest such a thing. Let's talk about the women's Royal Rumble match. The winner was my client, Liv Morgan, who entered in at number 14, eliminating Tiffany Stratton at around the hour and 6 mark. The first two to come out were Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And yeah, I predicted that. I predicted that Alexa Bliss would come out right after Charlotte. This eventually led to Alexa accidentally being eliminated by Charlotte Flair. It's obvious to everyone. So if they even try to make something out of this, Charlotte is usual Charlotte stuff. She's not going to be, it's not going to be her fault. She'll have something to get out of this. So, I'll let you go ahead now then.
Forgot to unmute. I thought the teasing of the will they, won't they coming out first and second, I thought it was a little silly. I mentioned during our live stream of the Royal Rumble that as tag team partners, you should discuss what is going to happen in the Rumble. So you should know each other's numbers and game plan, right? If me and Jared were a tag team and an established tag team and we were in the Royal Rumble, we would know that and be like, listen, the goal is get me and you to be the last two, and then we figure it out. And then, whoever throws, may the best man win from there. But until then, we're a team. That is team mentality. Now, Charlotte and Alexa, we know they were they got off on not the best foot early on. There was, and they played off of that.
They were playing around.
They were. I didn't love that. But that being said, I thought they did well. And when Charlotte accidentally eliminated Alexa, I thought it was well done. Charlotte should have said, I was going for her and you got out too. Sorry, kind of thing. But, presumably she'll watch the replay.
Well, Charlotte Flair was the Iron Woman. She didn't make it very far. 59-50, eliminated by Lash Legend herself. Lash Legend was eliminated by Rhea Ripley later. I have here the list. I have where everybody went wrong. Alexa Bliss, like we said, was eliminated by Flair accidentally. Well, I gotta move the window in front of me. Kiana James was eliminated by the Judgment Day. She came in third. She was doing very well throughout the entire thing. Nia Jax came in at 4, eliminated by Flair. Ivory Nile at 5, eliminated. She'll be eliminated by Jordynne Grace later. Lola Vice at 6 also was eliminated by Jordynne Grace. Candice LeRae also eliminated by Jordynne Grace at 7. And then Jordynne Grace at 8, who's eliminated by Lash Legend, which was an interesting choice. 9 had Becky Lynch eliminated by Natty, which was good. Natty is in her Natty persona. Sol Ruka came in at 10. She was eliminated by number 30, a returning Tiffany Stratton. Roxanne Perez at 11, eliminated by Rhea Ripley. Maxine Dupree at 12, eliminated by Becky Lynch. And according to my notes here, Natty was number 13, but she was eliminated by an unknown person. So we don't, it was probably in like a mix up in there. So we don't know exactly who did it. If you do know, please let us know. Lash Legend, Liv Morgan at 14, of course, eliminated by no one. She's the winner. Lash Legend at 15, of course, eliminated by Rhea Ripley. Raquel Rodriguez at 16, eliminated by Liv Morgan. We'll get into that later. Julia was eliminated. It doesn't say by whom. Io Sky at 18. Okay. Io Sky at 18, eliminated by Lash Legend. Asuka was eliminated by Kairi Sane by accident. She was 19, Asuka was. Rhea Ripley eliminated by Raquel Rodriguez at number 20. Bayley eliminated by the Bella Twins. Bayley came in at 21. JC Jane eliminated by Sol Ruka. Nikki Bella at 23. It doesn't say who, but it'll come out later, I guess, in my list here. 24. Lyra Valkyria was also eliminated by the Bella Twins, just like Bayley. So I guess they're going to set that tag team up later. Kalani Jordan at 25, eliminated by JC Jane. Kairi Sane eliminated by Sky at 26. I don't know, doesn't feel right. Brie Bella, 27. Surprise, everybody. Eliminated by Lash Legend. And of course, Tiffany Stratton. There's a lot of things in here that don't make a lot of sense. Like why JC Jane didn't win the Royal Rumble. It's because she wasn't aligned with me, which makes sense. So it's not perfect, but that's your women's Royal Rumble. Fun to call out things, and the one surprise being Brie Bella was, for me, it felt kind of flat. It's gonna be a waste of time. I don't see her really doing. She's not moving the earth. You know what I mean? So,
but it gives Nikki something to do in not the singles division.
Sure.
Theoretically.
All right. Yeah, exactly. So Gunter beat AJ Styles. He passed out. I don't know what else to say about it, really.
The ref did 1 arm raise, not 3. Little controversial. Don't know why they made that choice. Don't know why they choose to do 1 or 3, in fact. I'm begging for consistency.
It might be that I'd have to go back and look at every time that happens. It might be that, like, his arm was more limp than, like, he's definitely unconscious. Like, if maybe there's a little weight to other people. I don't know, but maybe they decided let's do it UFC style.
Could be sister company that they
Um,
are at this point.
yeah. So AJ Styles' career is over in 24-7, 24 minutes, 7 seconds. Um, Drew beat Sami Zayn. Nobody cared. It was, I mean, look, it was fine. No one really thought that Sami Zayn, if you did, I'm sorry. It's, these things happen. Um,
Not it's not his story
so,
right now.
yeah. So the men's Royal Rumble uh, opens with Obafemi. And Obafemi, he's in, and then Braun Breaker comes out. And then a masked assailant who, according to the
Streamer.
dirt sheets, is not Austin Theory, but the other half of the former A Town Down Under Waller. But it's a stand in for Seth Rollins. So I think it's meant to be Seth Rollins. That's what I think. At the time, I thought maybe it could be a Paul brother, but it's not. So yeah, they did try to tease a little bit on Raw that it could have been Logan Paul with like certain looks he was giving, but I don't think they're brave enough to make that decision. It's probably in flux. It's like, okay, if Seth makes it in time for WrestleMania, we'll do Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. If Seth Rollins is not ready in time for WrestleMania, we'll do whoever's under the mask versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. Um, Braun was eliminated by Femi after the masked attacker. And just like before, I will do the thing. Alba Femi was eliminated by Brock. Braun Breaker, we know. Solo was also eliminated. Solo Sikoa, Rey Mysterio, Ed Rusev, and Matt Cardona. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 were eliminated by Obafemi. Just to make them look really good.
I want to point out real quick right here. Rusev in the match, 32 seconds. Way to
I'm not mad at
way
that
way to get him back.
because, well, I'm not mad about that because A, he's still getting paid. B, you're not winning anyway. So it's like the best thing that can happen to you if you're a guy that's not going to win the match and you don't even have a place on the card.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be nominated. So let's see. So Rusev, well, by Femi, Matt Cardona by Femi, Damian Priest at 7, eliminated by Javon Evans.
I have Royce
Javon
Keys on
Evans,
Wikipedia.
what?
I have Royce Keys eliminating Priest.
All right, whatever then. Do you want to
Maybe
do
it's
the list?
both. No, go ahead.
All right. Javon Evans was at 8,
Hmm.
and he was the Iron Man. 40 minutes. Less time than Charlotte Flair. Match was shorter. Eliminated by Randy. Trick Williams. It says it was eliminated by Cody. Cody was eliminated by interfering Drew McIntyre. Um, El Grande Americano was eliminated by the original El Grande Americano, but the original El Grande Americano was eliminated by Trick Williams. That's another thing that I said was going to happen. I said, when we were watching that after he came out, that original recipe Grande Americano will come out. So Royce Keys at 13, but first it says Powerhouse Hobbs, and for the first time they're like, yeah, he used to be Powerhouse Hobbs, but now he's going by Royce Keys, which some people found odd. And to me, it's like, you'd complain if they didn't acknowledge the fact that he was Powerhouse Hobbs, and you're going to complain about the fact that they acknowledged it. So really, there's no pleasing you anyway. He was eliminated by the Vision Trio of Bronson. Um, sorry, I got
Logan.
distracted. Yeah, Bronson, Logan, and Theory. Um, Austin Theory and Bronson Reed were both eliminated by L.A. Knight. They're 14
Yeah,
and 15. If you 16, La Parca, who's not even the original La Parca, he's just the guy who has the character, was eliminated by the Vision Trio. Dragon Lee at 17 took up by the Vision Trio. And Logan Paul at 18, who was eliminated by Roman Reigns. I'm not sure who eliminated LA Knight. Do you have that?
LA Knight. Cody Rhodes.
All right. Brock Lesnar was eliminated by Cody Rhodes and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Um, The Miz was eliminated by Roman. Jay also eliminated by Roman, who fucking entrance interfered with Brock Lesnar. Like, it's while Brock Lesnar gets eliminated, Jay Uso's fucking entrance.
That's crazy.
Which I thought was kind of stupid. You know, you have this guy, No Cell Ilya Dragunov, which, by the way, I don't care, and neither does Dragunov. Um, the Miz was eliminated by Reigns. Again, okay. Roman at 23 was the winner. One of my clients. Jacob Fatu was eliminated by Reigns. He came in at 24. And I got Penta eliminated by Randy. And Randy eliminated by Gunter. Gunter was last, and he was eliminated by Roman Reigns, which is crazy. It's a little nuts. But the fact that Gunter came out to try to do this after beating AJ, which just shows like who's the bigger star. It's Roman Reigns. You know, people react better to Roman Reigns. Gunter showed up on Raw and he did AJ's thing because you know he sucks.
That was great.
For Raw, we have this is then we'll go into what's going to happen next. Javon Evans beat El Grande Americano, and there was some interference from the original El Grande Americano, costing the other one the match. In Mexico, they boo original Grande Americano. Like he's a heel over there, and Grande Americano other is a face. So it's kind of opposite there. Penta beat Bronson Reed by countout. You know, LA Knight came back and whooped some ass. This was a little bit controversial for some, but it's like that's life. It just shows where the War Raiders are in life now. So Obafemi destroyed the War Raiders. It wasn't even an official match. There was no explanation for this.
Mm-hmm.
So Pierce, you know, he gets really mad when the Vision do all sorts of stuff on his show, but but Obafemi comes out and just kills the War Raiders. What's now? I'm not mad. I'm not mad that the War Raiders got beat up by Obafemi because they're doing exactly what I thought they would be doing anyway. Eventually, it's just the fact that what was this supposed to be? Did now I understand? Yes, they booked it. I'm talking about in universe. What is this supposed to be? Did Pierce blindside the War Raiders and all of a sudden, all right, decide, all right, we're gonna send one guy out there to confuse the shit out of them. You know, I want to know what's the reason for this. Outside of yes, it's to make him look dominant. He squashed Kit Wilson on SmackDown. I understand that. Please don't don't comment about that. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is in universe with Pierce, who runs the show, what was this supposed to be? Was this originally supposed to be them versus some other tag team and Oba just comes out with his music playing and a whole entrance? Was it supposed to be, all right, it's a 2-on-1 handicap match and he just beats the shit out of them, but there's nothing for that because they're trying to sign the guy because he's supposed to be a free agent? But then it's like, all right, so now you're giving him the precedent that he could just do whatever he wants once he's signed anyway. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
I just
we need to know what was originally scheduled. Like, was it supposed to be a tag match, or was the plan to be a 2-on-1 handicap match that just got started before the bell? And all right, let Oba destroy them both. Need info.
Right. Yeah, we're not going to get it. So, maybe. I don't know. We had Stephanie Vaquer defeat Raquel Rodriguez for the women's championship in a Philly street fight. Um, Liv was told to fuck off, and she didn't listen. She came out to help her and Roxanne, and still couldn't get the job done. Probably cost Raquel Rodriguez the match, even though she was going to lose anyway. So that puts a little bit of tension. They weren't able to address this on SmackDown because they were interrupted by Jordan Grace and Jade Cargill, who they wrestled in a tag team match. And Jordan and Jade won. And next week, we're going to have Jordan and Jade for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Jade Cargill has yet to defend her championship. It's funny when it's like a little over 30 days and it's anybody else, people are complaining. But they let Jade Cargill get to 100, and I didn't hear shit. So that's interesting how there's like this double standard.
That's
And
a
it's
long
not
time.
like it's some mid-card championship. It's a WWE championship.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's obvious. I think it's obvious that they want Jade to have a long run, but they want her to get some more seasoning, if you will, before giving her title defenses on TV. Um, she's like I said, for as short of a period of time as she's been doing it, she's good. However, comparatively, there are gaps in skill level, and it becomes obvious, especially when you get into a longer match and when you're a champ in WWE, you're expected to eventually have big, high profile, longer matches. So my guess is this is very intentional so that she can get more practice, season up, improve the footwork so that she can better represent the title and the company.
Right
But
on. All
address it.
right.
But
So,
someone needs to address
yeah.
it.
Yep. And they won't. Roman chose, we thought we was going to wait like a week or so, maybe
Hmm.
talk to both guys, but Roman doesn't work Fridays. Roman Reigns chose CM Punk as his WrestleMania 42 opponent because he hates him. He didn't like the fact, that he got into his cousin's head, and he almost got into his. He shook his hands like a man. Saying zebros or some stupid shit like that. That's a quote. And walking behind him with the title like Roman, some kind of young boy, mocking him. So that's it. It's not because he's the bigger star. It's not because he's on Raw, which is on Netflix. It's because he hates him. So that's 3 out of 3 members of the Shield that hate CM Punk, which is interesting. Um, it's too bad Moxley's still fucking around over there. So some other key moments that we really didn't get to really discuss is Braun Breaker was irate. He came out, just pissed off. Every thinking that it was Pierce and whoever set him up and all that, and he wants answers, which is what should have happened the Raw after the War Games when the Mass Attacker cost the War Games team their match. None of them have had any urgency trying to find out who the hell that person was. They weren't tearing shit apart trying to find them. So at least Braun Breaker is doing like something that makes sense.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know unless there was anything else from Raw you wanted to go on. You okay with Roman facing CM Punk, etc.?
I'm good with Roman Punk. I think that is a WrestleMania main event, period. End of statement there. Um, I think that's what a lot of people want to see. I think people want to see Roman versus Punk. I think if I don't know, maybe people want to see Roman versus Drew also. with all the crap that Drew talked about the bloodline and everything. Which I mean, Drew has a point when Roman and Bloodline were heel that they made his life miserable. But I like I like Roman Punk for Mania. But a couple other things going on Raw. We had the first qualifiers for the Elimination Chamber matches. So on the men's side, we have one entry. We have Randy Orton is going to be in the Elimination Chamber match.
That wasn't Raw.
Oh, that was Friday. Okay. Well, I have.
Yeah,
I'm just
because
going to
Randy's
repeat
a
here.
SmackDown superstar.
You're right. Oh, this was this must have been SmackDown also then. Tiffany Stratton also qualified. I guess that's SmackDown.
Yeah,
It's a long time
crazy.
ago. It's a
It
long
was
time ago.
Friday. It was
It was Friday.
Friday.
So
It
then,
was
so then,
Friday.
so then the qualifiers will continue this coming Monday on Raw, which we will be live streaming with you people.
Yeah, we'll see if they do that after this. All right. Let's get to SmackDown more thoroughly, I guess, since you went over there anyway. Um, so we start. Drew came out. He wanted to do his thing, and Cody didn't care for that. Cody, of course, on the first SmackDown of Black History Month, decides he's gonna bring in Cody Raheem. If you know the meme, you know the meme. Um, say, oh, if it's gonna be a pace measuring contest between CM Punk and Roman, don't forget what. No, they don't call you Cody Raheem because of that, and you know that it's not because of that. And I don't care what your wife says on X, because we all have wives, and they'll say what they have to say. Okay, mine's telling the truth. Yours is a liar. So yeah. So that won't be the first time though. That won't be the first time that Cody Rhodes, I mean that Drew McIntyre is attacked by somebody, because Cody had to go home because all this is like, listen, you're gonna get in that elimination chamber qualifier next time, all right? But you got to go home, all
Get
right?
back to your bus with your
And
vodka.
and the same thing happened with Jacob later. He's like, listen, you're in there with Cody, and for some reason, Sami Zayn. So you got to go. Get out of here. And then he said, I'm going to dog walk the asses, allegedly. That This is out of order. This is some I can remember, some I wrote down. Um, Riho defeated Julia and Kiana James, which was surprising. Julia took the pin. I really thought, okay, yeah, Kiana's going to get her ass kicked. But no, Julia got a riptide and over the moonsault, which, to be fair to her, they're they're the biggest stars on Raw and Triple H's favorites, so they're super strong. So
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Get all the
Carmelo
buffs.
Hayes beat the Miz with a cool reversal. It was a skull crushing finale, but Carmelo Hayes rolled through, came back, and did that front. Was that the first 48? Is that the front backstabber thing he does?
Yeah.
All right, great. And then he won. So we'll probably have him versus Ilya down the road.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a title match. The affirmation eliminator chamber qualifier that you thought was Raw for some reason. Tiffany Stratton beat Chelsea Green and Lash Legend. A lot of stuff going on there. Nia Jax was involved. Of course, Alba Fire was involved. But Tiffany Stratton putting a fucking hole in my Elimination Chamber prediction. Because I actually had Lash Legend in the match. I actually, wow, all three of these women were in my Elimination Chamber thing.
Oh, one
Which,
out of three.
yeah, but Tiffany Stratton didn't win.
Oh.
Chelsea won. Wow, it messed up twice and I can't get it. There we go. Oh, I should have went for the dirty pin. Holy shit, I did it. I mean, Chelsea did it. She's done it. She's going to WrestleMania. So, in mine, but whatever. All right. Well, Chelsea might be hurt. She might have broke her foot or hurt it on Friday.
Oh,
We're not quite sure what the extent of that is.
I didn't catch that. I hope not.
Um, Obafemi beat Kit Wilson. Fall from grace. Because he's a toxic man, but Obafemi denies this. He says his fans are Oba feminists, so they're not toxic. Um, Tamatonga, with help from the bloodline, defeated Shinsuke Nakamura, which was, that was okay, I think. Um,
I liked it.
so the main event, which is not a Raw match, it's a SmackDown main event, had Randy defeat Solo Sikoa and Aleister Black with an RKO on Solo. It's funny because I didn't have Randy in my Elimination Chamber prediction match. I had none of these guys. So
Hmm.
that's going to be interesting. So we're going to have Randy will have qualified for the 10th Elimination Chamber and the most in company history. Anything you want to talk about from SmackDown there? Since I laid
Um,
everything out, and now you have no choice but to remember what the fuck happened.
I liked Tiffany winning that. I think it makes sense for her story that now this puts her on track to potentially winning her championship back from Jade Cargill in what is so Jade's defending it for the first time next week. So for all
Yeah.
we know, this will only be her second. If Jade wins and retains, WrestleMania could theoretically be only her second title defense in 5 months at that point, almost
I
six.
I don't see her losing the title to Jordan Grace on SmackDown. But if she did, it's not a huge. It's not that bad, honestly. Um, it's interesting that with the like usually the title that looks like the classic championship has the better like lineage slash competitors for it. Um, but I don't know if I feel that way with the SmackDown Women's titles since they put it on Jade. She wasn't doing it any favors, and I'm not blaming her. She's not the booker, but I I need more than one title defense in 100 days. So
Yeah, there's a good reason that and it's kind of crazy when there was so much less TV time back in the day before Raw was a show. When it was just Saturday and Sunday wrestling an hour each, and that was it. Um, it's kind of crazy that back then they enforced the 30-day rule of title defense, and now the rule is gone, and there's 3 hours every week of Raw, 3 hours every week of SmackDown, and a PLE every month instead of every 4 months like it used to be. So it just
interesting.
it's interesting, and now obviously it's a lot more about social media clicks and such because the internet, people of the internet have very loud voices. There's a lot of people screaming into the ether, and a lot of people like reposting it and everything. So there's a lot of things in wrestling that people are mad about, that people are screaming about, people are upset about. And I don't see a lot of rage about Jade not defending the title. I think it's just understood that she's green and someone's going to take it off her probably Mania.
I don't think there should be rage. I think there should be questions at least.
Rage!
Just to
Everyone
put
on
it
the
into
internet rages.
perspective, right? Just to put it to perspective, Stephanie Vaquer has been champion for about 141 days.
Hmm.
She's made five. She's defended the title 5 times now, albeit with the same people. So November 10th, it was Raquel Rodriguez.
Hmm.
Then it was Nikki Bella at Survivor Series. Then it was Raquel Rodriguez.
Hmm.
She won because of a disqualification. Then she beat both of them. And then she beat Raquel Rodriguez again. So
Five
even
title defenses, two dance partners.
yeah, but there's still no excuse. She still defended it
Yeah.
with an ankle injury in a street fight. So that's 5 defenses. 5 in the 141 days. Is that enough? I think so. I mean, just look at Roman Reigns when he was reigning defending. It's about it's not it's like more than Jade, It's like twice in November, twice in December, and nothing in January cuz fine. But February, cuz she was hurt from the 29th, I guess, on. So,
So she's at that.
all right.
She's better than the once every 30-day average.
Yeah, I'll take your
J-
word for it. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Yeah, it's about once every 28 days, give or take. Um, that quick mental average I did there. If I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, Jade, hundred it was 100 days, no defenses.
Yeah, if you guys have like who's better to win the Royal Rumble match than Liv Morgan and Roman Reigns, I'd love to hear it.
Hmm.
You can let us know. Um,
Yeah, when you picked Liv, I know you remember, but I want to remind the Bookiverse here. When you said Liv, I said, shit, it's a good pick.
you got to
Now,
think about things, right?
hmm,
Overall.
you do. And I mean,
Um,
you swept the Rumble, man. You swept the whole event.
yeah, it was pretty crazy.
You
I
are the
could,
Oracle.
I, I would say, yeah, no, you know what? I get it wrong a lot. I got my elimination chambers botched, but luckily the women's one didn't get uploaded because I just didn't. I didn't like it too much. So I'll try to work on a new one for you guys. Um, let me. I got to address a tweet from the Bookiverse. Um, I don't like to involve myself too much in the fantasy booking of Booker events, especially when it's Manny. Um, if in case you can't read, if it's too small, breaking news: former NXT manager Ava will be special guest commentator for Booker Mania Live in Tokyo, Japan. I have some bad news. I have bad news for everybody who was really, really wanting that. She wants actual money. We can't do that. So we're not going to be able to fulfill her ridiculous requests. She wanted money, American US dollars. She wanted a throne to sit on. She wanted, well, we could have provided Rich DeRiz as a footstool, but the other stuff was too ridiculous. And I'm sorry, we just can't. Um, you notice that Manny is both sides of Kofi Kingston. So he's what Kofi actually is and what Kofi pretended to be. I just
Mm.
noticed his little blurb on his X thing there. So interesting. But I don't know. I think Manny's better than Kofi in many ways. He follows the Bookers. So, there's a check mark off that. And if there's an SOS, he will hear them calling and he will be there, um, unlike Kofi. All right. So, anything you wanted to address from the Royal Rumble and Raw and all that stuff? Anything you wanted to, besides, well, look, I have to break a rule because, a lot of things have been worn out lately. But I think it's fair to say it here that we have a new NXT champion. And his name is Joe Hendry.
His name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
We all believe in Joe Hendry. And she also wanted a Godzilla. I wasn't sure where to get a Godzilla. And, even if we could get a Godzilla, we wouldn't get one for her.
Like an action figure or an actual kaiju?
Listen, the rumor is she quit over money. She didn't like the lowball offer they gave her, but it's like, what do you do? What do you do? I think they had her believing she was the actual general manager. That she was like actually in charge or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what are you talking about? It's not enough that you have this golden ticket, this amazing, incredible job, and The Rock's your dad? You want for nothing. You'll get everything your heart's desire, but it's just not enough? You're greedy. It's pathetic. You're pathetic. Ava, you're pathetic and greedy. And I'm glad you're gone. Honestly. I'm really glad. And you know what? The next time you ask, hey, why isn't anybody care about what I think? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. And now Robert Stone is the interim general manager. Some argue, why interim? It's for storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe eventually he will be. Or maybe there'll be somebody else that comes along and he has to, they're both going to be interim general managers, and whoever makes the best interim general manager decisions becomes the general manager. I don't know.
It's a plot device.
There's things to do with that. So yeah, good riddance to Ava. And no, you can't have actual money from us because it's ridiculous. It's unfair to the people. But yeah, if you accept basement dollars, then you of course are welcome at Booker Mania Live in Tokyo. Date 2 TBD, and that's all the housekeeping on my end.
That's right. And until then, we finally got that pebble out of our shoe, huh?
Yeah.
And yes. So it's a comment on this Ava thing. I don't know. I can imagine maybe they offered her less money than she was already making. Probably because she went from like talent, like in-ring talent, to just on-air talent.
Yeah.
Why that happened, I don't know. Injuries, maybe she's just not getting it. I don't know. But if you are an on-air talent and you're not doing the work in the ring, you shouldn't be making more than the people doing the work in the ring.
Take what you can. How much? If I was in that position and I actually loved what I did, which has yet to happen, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, how much did they lowball her? If they lowballed her to the point where she can't by herself support her lifestyle, then it's like, all right, you might. I doubt that's the case. I really doubt that the case. Being The Rock's daughter, I think his oldest daughter, and it's like, are you serious, bro? And I'm pretty sure her mother's rich too. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, why are you so fucking greedy? I would just be like, all right, great. What's the next angle we're doing? Like, what are we doing? I'd be so
Yeah,
happy. Like, what are you talking about? Maybe you do
I
good enough and you might make it to Raw or SmackDown or something, you know? I don't know.
I wonder if it's a situation where, since Rock came from, like, yes, Rock's second, third, whatever generation, but at one point he had just $7 in his pocket, which is the reason for the name of his production company. I wonder if it's like, you got to work your way up. You're not going to have life easy. Yes, I'm making a ton of money, but once you turn 18, you pick what you want to do. You're going to scratch and claw. You're going to learn what it's like to work hard so that you can earn more money. You're not just going to get money for existing from mommy and daddy. And if that's the case, I support it. I support Rock's decision if that is what's going on here. Um, but to your point, if they like, is it likely that they're not giving her enough to support herself? I know NXT talent doesn't make nearly as much as WWE main roster talent, but you got to make it work. You got to figure, like, if everyone else can figure it out, like, no one else down there, I, I don't think any of their parents make what Rock makes.
What about her mother?
Yeah.
She's like an agent, like a Hollywood successful Hollywood person. They have a production company.
hmm
Like,
It,
what? Why are you so fucking greedy, bro?
it shows a lack of being in touch with the lifestyle of a young up and coming talent who doesn't have a lot of experience under their belt. You don't have a lot of experience. Guess what? You don't have as much to offer. You're legitimately not worth as much. Hence, maybe what you feel is a lowball offer. Hopefully this is good for her. Hopefully, man, I don't wish ill on anyone, but I hope Tony Khan doesn't make her an offer. I hope Tony Khan doesn't make her an offer of more than what she was going to be making in NXT.
Nah, he's not. It's a waste of money.
She should probably go
But
TNA.
then again, he doesn't care.
She could be TNA Ava.
I think she's unnecessary. She will add nothing. What could she possibly add that they don't already have that's better?
Yeah, she didn't
Is
seem to
my
add anything to
question.
NXT when I was watching.
I
They
don't
were
doubt that.
they were trying something with what was Gacy's faction? The Not the tree, the roots, the Gacy's
I didn't mean
faction.
for
When
this
she was
to be a
no
whole like Ava retrospective, but
schism. They were trying something with the
sure.
schism. Um, and like when Gacy started going in a direction, they started a new direction with her, but she's hadn't done anything in the ring. She's had like 2 matches maybe on screen, on TV at least. But
All right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Best
I'd
of
like to
luck.
move on from that. Uh,
Best of luck in her
briefly.
future endeavors.
Um, AJ Styles turned down AEW offers. He collected his gloves. Um, I think he's done for now. He's
hmm
training his son to wrestle. So it might be like a Dominic Mysterio situation down the road. So I think we might see him in the ring, in a few years. But I think for right now, he's like, he's Terry Funk retired. I think.
Mm.
He's not John Cena retired. He's Terry Funk retired. Not quite Ric Flair retired, but Terry Funk, I would say. He's Terry Funk
Mhm.
retired.
He's retired
But yeah,
until
that's
something good comes along.
yeah. So yeah, that's it for me on that. We'll miss AJ, but he wasn't really doing anything anymore. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
time to go. Yep.
so thanks everyone for checking us out. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. If you could do us a small little favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That helps us out a whole lot. We're trying to push for that 500 subscriber mark. We appreciate you all so much. Thanks for being here. Leave us comments. Let us know what you think. Who the is going to be in Elimination Chamber. What did you think of the Royal Rumble? Let us know. And as always, Jerry's got a party message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall, so make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Bookers. Enjoy your day.